video games. Vimdio. I played Spilled. What's that about? Is that like, mods, I spilled my dice. Help. Is that one? Good evening, Corgi. How are you? Also, Lucky the Unlucky Cat. Thank you for 29 months. Welcome back to the Court of Hearts, Your Majesty. Can we rename F tier Silent Hill 2 Remake tier? I didn't play Silent Hill 2 Remake this year. I played it last year. And I would make a Silent Hill 2 Remake tier that I would put Chronos in, but I haven't played it. So I don't know. I don't know where it goes. Special category for the one Silent Hill game. Oh, because Silent Hill F. Ironically, I don't think it goes there. Did y'all play any good games this year? Anything interesting? Drive a little boat through a series of polluted lakes or something? Clean up trash and whatever? That sounds nice. Huh. Time does not exist. Oh, I should play Look Outside. People keep telling me to. Alright. There were a few games I played at the beginning of this year that I may have forgotten about. Let's talk about them. Heck. Alright. So, I played Atomfall this year. News Tower is amazing. I did play that one and I did enjoy it. I don't know if I put it on my list though. Maybe I'll add it later. I played Atomfall this year. It came out, I think like January or something. It was like pretty early. It's a little bit like what if Annihilation took place in Britain. Some event happens at a nuclear power plant that causes them to quarantine the entire countryside. Also, there might be zombies and shit. It's a little bit Fallout. It's a little bit of Far Cry. I don't know. It was okay. I'm putting in like a B tier, I think. It's got some good like exploration. It's done by Rebellion. It's got some fun like exploration. It's got a bunch of different like endings and decisions you can make. I didn't have any particular problems with it, I don't think. But it also like, you know, it's not a standout. Even more normal. I'm not sure I played a single game that released this year. Yeah. Ooh. There were some good ones this year, I think. Silksong, perhaps a bit too grimdark for my taste. Understandable. Yeah, I tried to put just games that came out this year on my list, but I do have two exceptions to that, which are games that I played this year but did not come out this year. But for the most part, I tried to limit it to stuff that's out. Are the British allowed to elect the undead because we'll do it? They definitely already have. The monarch already is. Bunny Pink, how are you? Oh my goodness. I feel like... Hang on a sec. Let me see if this is what I'm looking for. No, it's not this one. Ah, here we go. Okay. I was looking for this. Okay. Pink. Hey. Have you seen... Did you... I think they're adding you to Zenless Zone Zero. Look at this. Look at this thing. Look at this cat. It looks so much like Pink though. Maybe it's the eyes. I don't know. Aww. Heckin'. That's fun. I can't believe that. Somebody owes you royalties. So, one of the other games I played this year, off stream, was Amerzone: The Explorer's Legacy. I don't know if anybody heard of this one. So this game came out, it's a Polish game, right? Came out back in the 90s, and they did a remake of it. They remade it this year, or last year. It's from the same writer as the Siberia series, and it's like a pointy click, where you go to explore the South American country of Amerzone. It's got some interesting political commentary going on. Which in some places is a little bit dated, but in some ways is kind of still relevant. I thought they were French. They might be. I do not remember. But yeah, I had not played the original, so I just jumped into the remaster, and it's good. It's a pretty cool, pretty good Benoit Sokal. Okay, French then. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Understood. Yeah, but yeah, the environments look gorgeous. The puzzles are understandable. The plot is pretty cool. Yeah. You know what? I liked it. I think I'm gonna put this like high B. I might even recommend it. If you like a point and click adventure and want one that feels fresh. The thing that's holding it back from being a little bit higher, I think, is that the version I played, at least, the frame rate was pretty rough. It's one of those ones where you click to move between interact points, but once you're in the interact point, it's 3D, so you can turn around and look like any direction, like Myst 3, or Journeyman Project. Yeah, turning the camera around and looking at stuff is a little bit. Some of the environments, it kills the frame rate. Pretty good though. So-called was Belgian. Okay, got it. Okay. I feel like, having played a little bit of the Siberia games, I feel like that game was made by somebody with experience in the Soviet bloc. Like, in a Soviet state. But I'm not 100% about that. I guess that makes sense, but... 2025 is over, party. It's over, baby. It's done. We did it. We've killed 2025. So I got a code sent to me for Lost in Random, The Eternal Die. And I think this game is the best sequel to Hades that I've played. It's good. I'm gonna put it like here. Let me see. You played the 1999 Amazon or a remaster? The remaster just came out this year, so that's what I played. Best sequel to Hades nuts. Hades nuts. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Eternal Die is great. I had a lot of fun with it. I am lukewarm on roguelikes. So it's not super my type of game. That said, it did appeal. And gosh, I just love Lost in Random's like art style. Like it's a little claymation kind of thing going on. I love that. Super good. Did anybody else play Metal Gear Solid Delta? I'm gonna put this in C. This game is fine. This is fine. If you have a choice between Metal Gear Solid Delta and Metal Gear Solid 3, I'd probably just play 3. Because it's, you know, cheaper. It's the same thing. Wasn't it full of AI? So, they didn't disclose the use of any AI. It looked to me like there was some AI in there. But, I don't know. I can't know. I'm not sure. This is a very safe, inoffensive remake thing. Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. Speaking of fine, FBC Firebreak. There's a tendency for people to shout AI anytime something doesn't look good, which, like, people can just do a bad job. That's true. I do agree with that. Although there was like a specific things I saw in that remaster that I was like, I wonder if I could find them. Hang on a sec. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay. Cool. All right. So here's this radio in the original Metal Gear Solid 3 for the PS2. And you can see it says power and volume and tuning and special down here. And this is Delta. And like, I mean, I understand you could just do a bad job with the textures, but like this, like, how do you get this? So like, I know, I'm not just calling it AI because I think it's bad. I'm saying I think this is I think AI is probably the only way you wind up with something like this, because I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know how you wind up with that out of, like, you know, a text in like an Arial font. You could just type the text. You could make this texture in Paint. So, yeah. Anyway. I don't know. I don't know. But also, if you check their Steam page, I don't think they have an AI disclosure on there, so who knows? I think it's fine. It's me. So FBC Firebreak is a game that I really wanted to enjoy. I really tried. But having to play it with other people is too high of a bar for me to put into a Remedy game. I think it was just an ill-conceived idea. Like, I want to sit down and play this game, but I can't because I don't have people to play it with. Like, I just don't get to play the game. Ew, social interactions? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I own it and same. Yeah. Yeah, it was even free on PlayStation Plus. So, like, I got it. Tried to enjoy it. And, like, when I did play it, it was fine. It was totally okay. But yeah, I can't put it any higher than C tier, though. It's fine. I also think the kits are a little bit unbalanced. The one I wanted to play is like the worst one. Yeah, being able to shoot water at things is a little bit overpowered. friend wanted me to help with a thing in a game 3 months ago, and I told them to just let me know when they had time, and despite reminders, it has still not happened, so multiplayer is a non-starter from— Yep. I have both been in your situation and also been the friend. Because I'm terrible and flaky, and I apologize if I have not responded to you. I'm really bad at it. The Seance of Blake Manor I have not finished yet. I streamed it for a while. I really like the art style. I think the mystery's pretty good so far. I think I'm gonna put it here. I like it. I might put it higher if like the resolution's really good, but it was also giving me really bad FOMO. Because it's one of those things where like it's not a Majora's Mask, but it is like on a schedule, and I felt like I was constantly fucking up by interacting with things that I wanted to instead of things that I think probably were optimal, and that was making me feel bad. But that might not be everyone's experience. But it was mine. And I think it's probably much more lenient than I'm thinking. Like it's probably not that big of a deal. There's probably plenty of time to do everything. It's just that like it feels like there isn't. There's an optimal option for spending this day, and I've done it wrong. Yeah. Totally understand. Sword of the Sea, I'm gonna put in A. This game's great. Excellent. Hey, did you play Journey? Did you play Abzu? Did you wish that those games were a Tony Hawk? That's Sword of the Sea, baby. From the makers of The Pathless, and some of the artists on Abzu and Journey. It's got excellent music. The graphics are gorgeous. The story is subtle. I'm good. Solid enough to run you through the whole game. Looks awesome. Plays great. Fantastic. Yeah. Abzu looks so cool. No one I've bought it for has ever played it. Oh no. Yeah, Abzu's excellent. Would recommend. I also played Locomoto. I think I'm gonna put this top a beat here. This was excellent. This was a really fun little game. You know in Animal Crossing how you have little animal folks? And then you can like organize your house and put like furniture and shit in it. What if you also got to play as one of those little animal folks? And also your house was a train. Yeah. Oh, that's good, Lucian. Man, what if my house was a train? So you run a little train on a railroad, and you can take passengers and cargo from one place to another in order to earn, like, you know, stuff. There's like character customization where you can change all your aminal features. And then you build a train and you can decide what all your train cars are, and then you can outfit them with decorations and seats and amenities, and all kinds of little stuff. just like an Animal Crossing house. It's like a grid-based building system, where you put stuff into your train cars. You can be a Banui, yeah. Yeah. You choose from different like muzzles and noses and ears and stuff. So you can mix and match whatever animal parts you want. And Banui ears are one of them, so that's great. And you can do stuff like oh yeah, you can be a bear. Oh yeah. And they've got cute stuff like there's like a coffee machine, so you can serve coffee during the train ride and stuff like that. Like it's really cute. What a cool game. I really enjoyed my time with it. I should play more of it. Yeah. Good stuff. Is it okay if I put the Root Trees Are Dead in S tier? Can I go there? Is that alright? This is not going to be an S tier for everybody. But, I think it is for me. I think I really liked it. I don't think you need to ask for permission on your own tier list. That's fair. Yeah. Here's the other... Okay. Here's the other thing about it, though. Is that I hear that a previous version of this game had AI in it. But that they replaced it all with real art. But also that feels like it was really early in the whole AI thing, so maybe they didn't know? I don't know. Shit gets complicated. The studio behind Locomoto shut down? No! Man! Yeah, the original Game Jam project was a few years ago. Yeah. I don't know if that's what happened with, like, Expedition 33 as well, or it was, like, somehow really early before they knew better. I don't know. Anyway, the version of Root Trees that's out is great. Super good. It's not getting any more updates. That's upsetting. Man. You know what? I'm gonna move Locomoto up here and I'm gonna recommend it. I think people should play this. It's good. If you like an Animal Crossing or a Harvest Moon or that sort of thing, it's good. I liked it. And I don't like Animal Crossing. But I was like, I enjoy a train. Oh, whoa yourself. Anyway. Yeah, I really enjoyed Root Trees, and the developer for this is working on a new game, which is also an old game, which is also a different game on the list here. We'll get to it. I'm looking forward to it. A hint. What? Yeah, they're working on a game. I think it's called An Incident at Galley House. Yeah. Lucas, how are you? Are they working on 999? Yes, they're working on the new Zero Escape game. Okay, 999 and Virtue's Last Reward did not come out this year, but I feel like I need to put them on my tier list. So I have made an exception for those ones. I feel like I need to grade them. Because which one did I like better? We'll find out. And by we, I mean me, because I haven't decided. Fruit Trees style game where you need to sort out the timeline? Yeah. That could work. So let me talk about Umami. This game. Have y'all seen this game? Have y'all seen Umami? I don't think so. Y'all, look at how fucking cute this art style is. Look at how fucking cute this is. Okay, so this is like a 3D puzzle game. You just put together a little puzzle. It's always a food item and an animal. The animal makes the food item. This shit. Oh, pardon me. This shit is fucking cute. Look at that sleepy folks on the pancakes. There's like a cat burger. Pancake fox. But yeah. Every one of them is a puzzle. That's a food item and an animal, and it's very cute. What a neat little game. Feels like Pushmo. No. It's very chill. You can't mess it up. Very casual, very chill. I played through it in an evening. It's like 2 hours long or something. Like, it's maybe a dozen or so puzzles. And they're very chill. I had a good time with it. I think I might put it here. It's relatively cheap, but it's also very short. But I enjoyed the time I spent with it. I'm gonna save this one for later. I have to decide what I'm doing with that. Bias? There is some bias in this list. I will have to disclose some things. Like, for instance, I got a code for Eternal Dye from the publisher. I think that's the only one, though. Yeah, I think that's the only one. Okay. No, I got a code for Duck Detective as well. Nope, they sent me one of those too. Alright, I'm putting this in A tier. Fun is inherently biased towards any game with Banui. Okay, listen. Heckin'. I've never heard of this game and only saw the logo. It's very cute, isn't it? We love the Duck Detective, even if he's a bum. You're a bum, Eugene! The bunny in Ghost of Glamping was a complete dick, yeah. But not the criminal? I like the Duck Detective games. They're a lot of fun. I think I like Ghost of Glamping. I think I like it more than the Stolen Secret Salami. Stolen Salami? I don't remember the name of the first one. No, he's a private duck. Instead of a private duck, he's a private duck. I think I liked it better because the ending was, I guess, morally complicated? It involves, like, a spy? I think I liked it because you solve the crime and it doesn't result in a happy ending. And that's kind of fascinating. Standout character from the first game returns as your assistant and gives you someone to bounce off. I like that too, yeah. Yeah, I feel like this fleshed out the world into something that has, like, I don't know, political intrigue in it. And I'm excited to see where that goes in the Duck Detective series. Kind of fascinating. Didn't the first game also have a not so happy ending? It did, yeah. If you mess up, there's like a bad ending or two. Absolutely. But if you solve the crime the right way, you also get an ending that doesn't make people happy. And it's kind of fascinating. Very bittersweet. So I played The Outer Worlds 2, which might be a surprise because I haven't talked about it on stream at all. And the reason for that is it's published by Microsoft, and fuck them. Fuck them to hell. Yeah. Yeah! You mean Microslop? Think about Outer Worlds 2 and Hahako got a monster arm. Oh, because of the grafted thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Understandable. Is there any build variety whatsoever? Because I remember there being none in the first game. It's kind of similar to the first game in that regard. You're saying the game made by Microsoft that lampoons ultra-capitalism fell flat? I think Outer Worlds 2 is... I think it's more successful in its critique of capital than the first game? Outer Worlds 2 does a couple of things that I like. First of all, they establish that you're a member of a group called the Earth Protectorate, which are basically like Flash Gordon. Like, you're a superhero, and your enemies are corrupt governments, greedy corporations, and other evildoers. Right? And I like that angle. Like, that's fun. At the end of the game, they present this situation where there's a machine the size of a planet that's a supercomputer that's able to calculate, like, a bunch of different stuff. And everybody wants it for different reasons. Andy's Choice, the new like super conglomerate, wants it to make advertisements for them. The fascist dictatorship wants it to do like surveillance, and then the weirdo scientist nerds want it to come up with a grand unifying theory that allows them to predict everything in the universe. And I feel like there's a correct answer to what should be done about it. But they wind up doing this weird thing where like the fascist dictatorship is the most bad guy. And at the end, they're like, hey, do you want to team up with these nerd scientists? Do you want to team up with the big corporation? Or do you want to get the nerds and the corporation to team up together so that they can help fight the fascist dictatorship? And I was like, well, no. Fuck that corporation. And they were like, hey, it would probably be good to make them work together because the corporation has all these resources. And I'm like, why don't we kill them and take the resources? Why don't we just take them? They don't get to just have the resources because they have it. Yeah. So that's what I did. I was like, hey, a bunch of nerdos scientists. I'm on your team. Can we just kill all of Sophie's Choice or Andy's Choice? And they're like, yeah, we want you to assassinate Auntie. We'll give you an army to do it. So you go onto their flagship and murder everyone. And take all their stuff. And I was like, you know what? This is pretty cathartic. I enjoy this. Good ending. So yeah, I don't know. I was satisfied with my ability to do that, so... There was one other thing that it did that I thought was very funny, and I really enjoyed. Which was, I was on Andy's Choice's flagship. And there's like a market there, right? Where all the shops are and stuff, where you can do commerce and economy. And I was walking around there and I'm like, I don't want to start a fight with anybody here yet because, they would probably kill me. It was pretty early in the game. And I started getting followed around by this like little drone that's spouting advertisements, and it's got little holographic advertisements it's playing at me. And I'm like, okay. So I go and I quick save my game and I pull out my gun and I shoot the thing, and I'm expecting, okay, everyone's gonna start attacking me, right? Because I have just done hostilities in the middle of one of the big factions' bases, right? So I shoot this stupid advertising drone, and somebody runs up to me and they go, hey, I'm a member of Andy's Choice here with Invasive Marketing Strategies. Can I ask you a couple of questions about what you just did with that drone? And how we can better facilitate our ability to advertise to you? Nobody attacked me, but they were just like, hey, can you do a brief survey about why you shot my drone? And you know what? I thought that was pretty cute. I thought that was pretty good. Did you shoot him too? I did not. Until much later in the game, but it was pretty funny. I give him points for that, so yeah. all in all, I think Outer Worlds 2 is an okay game. I think it's all right. I don't recommend playing it. Or rather, let me rephrase this. I don't think it's a bad game to play. I don't recommend buying it, because that money goes to Microsoft. But if you have the opportunity to play it, I think it's all right. I'll just put it that way, I guess. Just couldn't keep focus on it. I can understand that, yeah. Yeah. It's the thing is that stuff like Atomfall and Outer Worlds are my favorite type of game. Open world, first person RPG with ImSim elements is my favorite game type, my favorite genre. And that's not, for everybody. I think Outer Worlds 2 is an okay one. Pretty good. Better than Fallout 4. If you give me the ability to crouch walk and grab a bunch of shit off tables, I'll probably give you 30 to 50 bucks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I adore Bun, but he just described my least favorite game genre. Yeah, and it's also one that I probably will never play on stream. Because, I don't know. I find them kind of meditative, and they're something that I enjoy to myself. A little too much to want to, be social while doing them, I guess. So that's why I don't play those on stream. A bun on that Fallout London. I hear that's pretty good. What he means is the mods he's got installed break TOS. I wish. That would be so much more interesting, but no, I play on PlayStation, so like, I don't use mods at all. Yeah, the Shark do. The Shork do. Okay, so here's the other game I played this year that came out this year. Type Help. This one's great. Oh my god. I think I knew that this was something a little bit special when I started it up, and the only thing it gave me was a text prompt, and I was like, oh, the title is the first instruction in the game. Oh, that's really clever. Yeah, it's very cute, and it constantly does stuff like that. It's a text-based supernatural mystery.
The way Liz suggested this game and immediately forgot she did it.
And I keep reminding her, I'm like, Liz, that game you suggested, Type Help, it's so good. She's like, what is that? Oh, it's great. Yeah, the interface is a lot of its charm. And yeah. So the developers of The Root Trees Are Dead are remaking Type Help. Like remastering it, where they're giving it a graphic interface. They're adding voice acting, some environment art, and I think they're adding more to the story. Because Type Help has ostensibly like 12 characters in it, because that's how many bodies were at Galley House. I say ostensibly, I know. But the interface they've shown for an incident at Galley House has like 16. So, I don't know. Metal Gear was worse than Outer Worlds 2. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Metal Gear Solid Delta was fine. It was fine. I think Outer Worlds 2 was a little good. Yeah, I think I'm comfortable with that. They should have just made the fonts serif and said that's that. Yeah. I'm interested to know what they do with that. But anyway, Type Help is great. A fantastic story, good political commentary. It's a good time. Extremely English. Very, yes. Yeah, I didn't wind up feeling a lot about Metal Gear Solid Delta. Other than, like, it's Metal Gear Solid 3 again. Metal Gear Solid 3 was a good game. Remember how excited Lucas and I were before Firebreak came out, and then we saw the reviews and never played it? I think it's good. I think it's pretty fun. I enjoyed the time I played it. It's just that I can't play it because I don't have people to play it with. That's a detriment to me. So Talos Principle Reawakened came out. It's pretty good. I'm probably put this high C tier. I think it's worth playing. It's Talos Principle, but a little bit prettier. It's got all the DLC. Yeah, I might put it here. It's fine. If you haven't played Talos Principle, this is probably the way to do it. I did play the second one. Yeah, they added some extra stuff, but it's good. You know, Talos Principle already wasn't a bad looking game, and they made it a little prettier. Yeah, it's fine. How many times has Talos Principle been released? Third time? This might be the third time. How'd you feel about 2? I really liked it. I thought 2 was pretty great. It went in a really weird direction, which I appreciated. They didn't just try to do the first game again. Yeah. So, this game goes in F tier. Finally, a shit game I played this year. I was bored. Yeah, for multiple reasons. I was bored, and I was looking at the PlayStation Store, and I was like, hey, a free open world action RPG. Okay. Okay. Give that a shot. Why not? Right? Okay. So I checked that out. I did not know at the time that it had AI in it. I didn't know that. Because I didn't know anything about the game. So I started it, and let me tell you, the cutscenes feel rushed and abrupt. Like, everybody's dialogue is very stilted, and also kind of feels like everybody's just hurrying to get the cutscene over with. Which is weird and feels hectic. The combat is not great. The open world is confusing. And oh my god, there's a million different stat and like weird systems where you have to like pay money in order to get like skill books for different types of the same weapon, and like there's different styles with each weapon that like there's like battle fans, right? And one of them is a ranged DPS and one of them is a healing. And I don't know. Very strange. Explains why I randomly had my feeds plastered and random streamers glazing it. Wuxia RPG Fiend. Looked at what it looked like in China. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, so I started playing it, and it is a miserable game. And it's almost entirely because of the UI. Which is just weird and complicated and confusing. Like, I don't know if you've ever tried to play Phantasy Star Online 2. But it's that type of game where it's just a confusing maze of menus and stats and mechanics that are impenetrable to a new player. Awful.
I for one am shocked that people who couldn't be fucked to put effort or thought into art assets also couldn't be fucked to put effort into other parts of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. God, I tried to play PSO too. Yeah. A million different types of currency and materials for systems that may or may not still exist in the game, and which are tutorialized probably at some point. Yeah, just bad. And then I found out, after I played it and had a miserable time and fucking hated it, that it had like AI chatbots as some of the NPCs. And it's like, why? I didn't even know there was a text input field. Yeah, don't play this game. It's not good. Alright, what else? So I played Blueprints, and I want to put it in S, but I think I'm going to put it in high A. I want to put it in S, but I don't know. It's a little too overdeveloped. Ow. There's two things. There's a couple things that I want to say about Blueprints. One of them is, it is a game. So the game itself is inspired by a book, right? What is that book called? Maze? Something like that. Like it's a puzzle book. Yeah, Maze, thank you. And the thing about Maze is, I had that book. I'll buy it off you. I will buy your copy if you still have it. That book is like $600 now. Because it has not been reprinted. They should just reprint it. Oh my god. Frustrating. Or as the Pilgrims called it, corn. That's the one. The thing about Maze is that Maze is a book of riddles and puzzles where every page is its own kind of code and puzzle and cipher that leads you to other pages. Not quite choose your own adventure, but you are flipping around the whole book trying to get to a certain page of the book. And people have done that, but the book has never been completely solved. Like, there's apparently still things in there that are mysteries. And I think Blueprints wanted to be the same. I think it wanted to evoke the feeling that you will never finish it. That it will never be completely solved. And I think they succeeded. And I think they did it on purpose. You know, I think they were aiming for that, you know? That ended up being a knock against it for me. Yeah. Like, yeah, I can totally understand that. Getting through a game and feeling like there's more here. It's a little bit unfulfilling in a way. But I also get that they're doing this on purpose. But like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you played Blueprints and felt like you finished it, there's stuff like the Great Elzara. Like, what do any of his riddles mean? Like, what do any of those clues mean? Yeah, I really like the universe though. I love all the rooms and the puzzles. There's so much in it that's fun. Oh, or how about this one? What is the additional puzzle in the wine cellar? How? How do you do the puzzle in the wine cellar? What the fuck? Yeah, that's where I gave up. Yeah, understandable. There's a puzzle in the wine cellar? Oh yeah, there sure is. Or how about the one where you get too many stars in the observatory and it starts game overing you? Once you unlock the spiral of stars in the observatory, if you observe the stars again, it goes, you receive this, 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 and end the day. And it just ends your day. Cool. I knew it would have made me feel stupid. Yeah, like I get that. I think that blueprints shouldn't be I think that it shouldn't make anyone feel stupid, because everybody who plays it is going to reach the limits of their own ability, or willingness to continue, and then stop. Right? There's nobody that's going to do everything in the game, necessarily. But everybody's going to reach a different point in the game. And for some people, that's get to room 46, you know? For some people, that's open up all of the sigil doors. For some people, that's open up the door behind the crates in the tunnel. And for some people, it goes even further than that. But, like, everybody is going to stop playing that game at a certain point. And none of them are going to feel like they've solved everything in the game. And that's on purpose. And I think there's part of that that's a little unsatisfying. But also, like, I get it. I get it. Still shit out there that needs to be solved, like, outside. Yeah. And like I said, I think that, like, the Elzara clues are always going to be unsolved, because I don't think that they're pointing to anything specific in the game. They have not put in the arcade game yet. Nor have they added the cat. But they are planning to, so. The notion of this is a game which is solved by the whole community is interesting, and it's not the first game to do that. Like, I would argue that the Dark Souls games are made with the notion that the community would help to solve it, you know? That's why there's notes that you can leave on the ground. Thought I messed up the trove cards when I got a clear contradiction. Oh no. Ooh. But yeah, I really liked Blueprints. I am not going to put it in S because I think it's stymied a little bit by its randomization. It is so good. And then you reach a point where you're like, I just need this room to spawn next to this room. I just need this to happen. I've already solved this puzzle. I just need this next to this. Or I just need this at this rank or whatever, you know? And then it's about just grinding out the right location, and that part sucks. That part of the game sucks. There's no good way to say that. Like, there are mechanics in there that make rooms less rare, or allow you to choose from more rooms, or allow you to reroll. Like, there's ways to manipulate the RNG, but at the end of the day, there's still RNG, and it still sucks when you get to that point. So, you know, that's the only thing keeping it at a S tier. Did remind me of like bad Portal custom maps where I figure out the solution to a puzzle and then the actual difficulty is bullshit execution. Yeah, that makes sense. Sigh. I don't know what to do about Expedition 33. I don't know what to do about this one.
Well, this is awkward timing.
Hey Nines, how are you? Oh my goodness. Thank you for 33 months. That's... Huh. Fascinating. So here's my thoughts. I think Expedition 33, I love its gameplay. I love its story. I think the characters are great. I even like the endings, which are bitter and sweet in opposite ways. I think they're clear and they are obscure. The game commits to its themes so hard. I think the music is great. I think I liked everything about it. It's an S-tier game. It might have been my game of the year. And then there was a texture in there that was AI. And like, last I heard, when they talked about it, I heard that what they said was, we used some AI early in development, which would have been like years ago, and we wouldn't do it again, and we've learned our lesson, is the last I heard. So... I don't know. It puts it... Yeah, they didn't go full Larian. Texture was used for placeholder assets, one slip through. Yeah. I think like in a year or two, if we find out that games are still using AI for placeholder assets, I will be more mad about it. However, when they were making placeholder assets, it was probably 2022? 23? So like... I don't know. Yeah, if they do it for their next game, fuck them. I just do not believe their explanation. I see a little reason to assume good faith there. I guess. No. You know what? No. I disagree with that. Because if they wanted to offer an explanation that they were doing in bad faith, they could just say, oh, that was put in there by one of our contractors. They could have said, hey, we contracted art assets from a bunch of different companies and somebody else made it. No, if they were doing that in bad faith, they could have come up with a better explanation. Saying we did it, we learned our lesson is, I think that's much more reasonable. No. No. Yeah. You want placeholders to be obvious so you know to replace them? Yeah, for sure. I do agree with that. On the other hand, like, here's a complicated thing, is that if you're the art director on a game, that is much more difficult. Like, if you're just a programmer, then having a bunch of Microsoft Paint assets in the game, totally fine. Like, it's not going to matter to you because what it looks like. But if you're an art director, you're not going to know what the tone of a scene is unless most of the assets are in and looking like they're going to at the final, you know? So it is more complicated depending on who put it in there and why. But it just depends. Yeah. Easy, man. My goodness. Hello. Aw, welcome in, y'all. It's good to see you today. I'm talking about all the games I played this year. I'm trying to decide where to put Clair Obscur. I have very complicated opinions about this one. Yeah, that's a tough call. I think, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in low S, and I'm gonna put an asterisk on it. Because I think that if I were to put this lower because of an asset used earlier in development that needed to be replaced, I would have to do the same with the root trees, right? Because the Game Jam version of this used AI assets and then replaced them all with art.
I only played one new game this year and it was Deltarune. Granted, it toppled my favorite game of all time, but it's not exactly new, is it?
Well, I don't think that one's out yet. Deltarune can't be Game of the Year every year it comes out, or it'll be like 5 Game of the Years. Why? I think it should be rated when it comes out. Like, you know, when it's done. I'm gonna put Ghost of Yote in B tier. I think I had more fun with Outer Worlds too. I still recommend not spending money on this. That said, this one, pretty good. It's the most A game to me. It's partially been colored by people viewing it as an RPG beacon that's doing stuff so unique. Oh, yeah. No, I had a really good time with it, and I think it was really polished, and I enjoyed it. And also, I don't know how to... Okay, let me dance around some spoilers real quick for Expedition 33. But, like, if you've played this, this takes place in the Myst universe. I think that Gen might have burned down their fucking house. I think Gen killed their dog. I think Gen killed Verso's dog. I think that's out of context enough that if you haven't played this, it won't make any sense, but... yeah. Fascinating.
Wait. Let's hear him out. Jin is a writer.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Ink, I've read a couple of interviews. We already talked about it. Hey Matt, how's it going? Be a double S rank game if it took place in the Lost universe. I mean... Okay. Moving on. I want to talk about Ghost of Yotei. Ghost of Tsushima had some problems. Ghost of Tsushima is a pretty good action stealth open world game, right? And its politics are kind of fucked. It's got some really imperialist issues, like some really right-wing bullshit, from a Japanese standpoint. And part of that is Ghost of Tsushima treats samurai like honor-bound warriors who follow the code of Bushido. And Ghost of Yotei is a revenge story. Isn't this the game that fired somebody that said something about Charlie Kirk? I don't know. Maybe? Probably? There were like 3 of those, I think. That might be. Were the samurai just feudal cops? Not exactly. No. I'll get to it. Anyway. Sucker Punch? Yeah, they did? Okay. Lower that. Yeah, Bushido was invented in the 1800s as part of a nationalist reinvention of society. That's correct, yes. So, Ghost of Yotei treats the samurai like a bunch of violent landlords who are fucking everything up for everybody with their petty infighting. They're just going to war with each other over stupid bullshit and ruining everyone's lives. And, I think that's great. Correct. Historically accurate samurai. Ghost of Yotei kind of eschews the noble samurai story for we're just kind of doing Kill Bill. And it's good. It was pretty good, yeah. Kill Bill's really good though. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This group of like 5 samurai kills the main character's entire family, pins her to a tree with a sword and burns it, and she comes back as a notorious killer known as the Onryo, a vengeful female ghost, hunting them all the fuck down. And your objective is kill the 5 people on your list.
Relatedly, I took a knife forging class and the instructor responded to a question about Japanese steel by saying it sucked and the katana was the perfect weapon for murdering unarmed peasants, and I felt much better about the whole affair.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Spears and bows were much more popular as weapons, because they're much more, like, you know, strategically useful. Much easier to make, and you can kill at a much larger distance. Swords were a little bit of a last resort, depending, but they're also ceremonial. They're a status symbol, especially once they were outlawed for the peasantry. So, you know. Anyway, Ghost of Yotei takes place like years after that. So. Those tactical dudes wearing an AR-15 into a subway. I guess kind of. More like how police wear a badge. It's kind of like a symbol of office, you know? Like, you're a member of the class, the warrior class, which means you have to carry a sword in order to show people that that's what you are, you know? Oh my god. Hang on a sec. My cat is yelling at me. What? What is it? What do you want? What? Okay. Okay, do you want to come on stream? Say what you want. Okay, fine. Alright. Okay. What? Him purr. Okay. Baby. Where's the boy? Alright, let me... Okay, maybe I can put him on camera a little bit. Let's see here. Cat tax. Yes, Rocky. Of course. Ugh. Rocky, you are upside down. Yeah? Okay. We are... purring directly into the microphone. Okay. Hi. Baby. Yes, baby. Yeah, okay. I know. I know, right? Floof. Here. He had a lot to say. You messed up my microphone. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Oh my god. What a baby. Alright, Rocky, do you want to show chat what Yin got me for the holidays? You want to help out with that? Okay, he's gonna help with that. Alright, so first of all...
Personally, I think the cat is nice, but the bun is even cuter. Limes on.
Aww. So first of all, I have a basement key. I know. It's the yeah. You can see it too. So that'll let me get into my basement if I can drain the if I can drain the well outside. I've also got one of the vault keys for 37. Or 370, rather. Okay. Looking for that for like 3 streams. I'm sorry. And then I've got a copy, I can't grab it, but I've got a copy of The Red Prince, the book. Famother is no food. Okay, alright. Baby, sure. Oh, he's so terrible. Okay. Are you done? Are you satisfied? No. No. Clearly no. Pet more. Yes. Yes. Okay. Baby, I'm doing a tier list. Okay. Oh, a tier list? Fuck you, I'm out of here. Cool. Alright, well, give me a minute. Oh. Okay, fine. I guess I'm leaving the door open. That's fine. Alright. Are the games ordered with the tiers? Yes. Yes, they are. Thanks for that. No, yeah, no problem. Lucas, have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. All right.
One little star up high, 2 little stars float.
No, I'm good. There we go. That's chill. Okay. Here's Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is also about how much nobles sucked, but with a weird attitude towards women at times. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna put this one in A tier. I think it's much better than the first one. And I liked the first one. Warhorse is another weird situation involving politics. Their CEO fucking sucks. But I think so do all CEOs. Anyway, yeah. Again, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is one of those ones where it's like my favorite type of game. Because it's an open world RPG and ImSim with like ImSim elements. Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 had weird comments about saying it would avoid politics in games by not having historically non-white people in Europe. Then Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 happens and the CEO says the complete opposite. So the people who loved Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 for certain reasons hated 2. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Let me clarify a little bit. The people who, I think, liked those statements from the CEO, who's a total chud, aren't people who bought or enjoyed Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. Like, I don't think they played it. I think that their support of that was entirely performative. I'm saying that they were signaling their perceived virtue by supporting those statements. And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is way better about this. Because, yeah, there's a character from Africa, and the conversations with him are great. They're fascinating. He talks about traveling all over the place. And he's super cool, and Henry seems genuinely interested, even though when he first meets the first black person he's ever seen, he's like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And it's a little bit silly, and it's kind of heartfelt, and it's great. Oh, yeah, totally. There's also some gay romance in there, of course. Yeah. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has a group of Cumans who were the bad guys in the first game. Like, as a culture, they were entirely the bad guys. But there's a group of Cumans in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 that you make such good friends with. Henry gets so drunk, he starts speaking Hungarian. Yeah, he learns fucking Cuban. And it's really fun, and cute. It's really fun. And they're camped right next to, like, a Romani camp. And those people are also pretty cool. And you get to both learn about them and chill out with them. The city... Get this. Okay. In the first game, they were like, oh, we're not having any black people because it's historically accurate or whatever, right? That's what they said when they're making the first game. In this game, there's a Jewish quarter in the main city of Kuttenberg. And if you go into your journal, it says the city of Kuttenberg didn't actually have a Jewish quarter, but many large cities did, and we've modeled this after what that would have been like at the time in order to give kind of a representative idea of what those kind of communities would have been like. Awesome. They did a good job of it. I think I liked it. I don't know this for sure, but I'm sure I think that the CEO of the company that made this is probably pro AI. He's probably like, oh, we're gonna use it on Kingdom Come Deliverance 3 or some shit. Fuck that. Hate that. It's an excellent display between the dichotomy of facts and truth. Yeah. Yeah, totally agree. The portrayal of Sigismund is a tad off, but that's to be expected by a Czech studio. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. I really like the gameplay. The new weapons they added are pretty good. The new skills they've got are great. It's just my favorite type of game, so I love that. It is interesting that they... There's one thing I really liked about the first game that isn't in the second one, but also I don't think can be in the second one. Metal Gear Solid Metal Gear Delta. It's C tier? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. It's Metal Gear Solid 3 again. It's fine. I like how in Kingdom Come 1 you have to learn to read. Exactly! That! In Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, you start out the game not being able to read, which means there's skill books in the game that give you points in certain skills, and you can't use them because you're illiterate. So you have to find somebody to teach you how to read in the first place. And when you get your first couple levels in reading, you're still not very good at it. So, because reading is a skill. So what it does is when you pick up books that you should be able to read, it mixes up some of the letters in each word based on how high your reading skill is. So if you're like, level 20 perfect reader, it's just written as normal. But if you're like level 3, it mixes up a couple of the letters in every word. And so you kind of have to struggle through it and piece together what each word is, and it makes you a little slower at it. And it's just a really good way of making the player feel like they're not able to read very well. So it doesn't embed? No, it's not a replacement. It's it just swaps them. In each word. So you can still figure out what the word is, but it's every word becomes an anagram. Oh, that might be Lucas. But yeah, you can't do that in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because Henry has canonically learned to read by the time Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 happens. So you can't do that again. They replace it with different knowledge skills. But Yeah. There's nothing quite so interesting as that, I guess. Brick to the head, that's kind of what happens. They start you out at like level 15 in most skills. Like level 10 or 15, and then you get injured so bad that your skills go down to like 8 or like 5. So they do kind of do a Metroid thing, yeah. But it's not quite like the first game where you have to like relearn how to parry. Like when you start out Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, you can't parry with the sword because how would you know how to do that? You can only attack and block. And blocking takes a ton of stamina. Yeah, you're literally just some guy. You have to find somebody to teach you how to do all the combat mechanics, so. I heard 2 takes place 5 minutes after the first one. You've heard correct. Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Good game. I think I liked it. Now, how did I feel about Monster Hunter Wilds? Huh. Is it okay to play the second game and just skip the first? More or less, yeah. I think there's a little recap for you. That'll get you acquainted with some of the characters from before, but I think you can just jump into the second one. From what I've heard about the performance, only straight into D, maybe even F. Well, here's the thing. I play on console, so the performance was fine for me. So I can't grade it on that. I think... Gosh. Is this gonna go in B tier? I think it might go in B tier. I can't decide if it's here or if it's below Delta. But I think here's where it is. It's either above or below Delta. It's good. I think I liked Worlds better. I do like the wounding mechanic that they've added. It works alright. It's still got that Monster Hunter problem where the controls are pretty bad. Like, just really inconsistent in between weapons. I liked pretty much all the monster fights, I think. And the monsters themselves were, by and large, pretty fuckable. I mean, we did a whole tier list of most fuckable Monster Hunter monsters from Wilds. And there's some good ones. I like them. There's a dragon, there's a lizard made of latex that inflates itself and spews poison? Tell me this wasn't the intended takeaway. Oh man. Rompopolo, that's the one. Oh, it's got a tonguey. Here, I'll post. Copy link. Paste. Alright. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, it looks kind of freaky. Here we go. Just freak tendencies, yeah. Well, if it helps, you make this armor out of it. Like, the armor you make out of it is all inflatable latex medical gear. Which is a vibe. Like, that's a thing. So, I don't know if that helps or not, but, good stuff. I mean, a Lethal Company cosplay with it, that's pretty good. Huh. Oh no. Yeah, so I liked the monsters. They're all pretty good. Yeah. A good time. You can, Usagi, yeah. I think my problem with it came with, like...
Okay, so why the face mask look like Squidward?
It's a Plague Doctor mask. It's got a beak to it. Oh my god. Have a good night, Toby! I think my biggest complaint is I think the end game at launch was pretty bad. The story's also pretty lame. The story is also lame. But yeah, I do not like farming for... I didn't mind the Wilk. I thought the Wilk was okay. I thought Wyvern milk was fine. Farming for parts to make those, like... the end game weapons are... what the fuck are they called? They're like artisan weapons. Is that right? Is that what they are? Artisan, yeah. So the artisan weapons are a cool idea. Yeah, that's as good as any. Copy image link. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so the artisan weapons are a cool idea. You get different parts for them, and you craft them by combining different bonuses. So like, you know, increased affinity, increased damage, increased elemental effect, or whatever. And you combine them to make a sort of a custom weapon that's got stats that you like. And I think that's a cool idea. That's fun. Here's the problem. They always look like this. They don't even change color, depending on like what parts you're using. They all just look the same. So everybody in endgame is using the same looking weapon because it's statistically better than everything else. It's not even made out of monster parts, and yeah, that sucks. You can layer armor them now? Oh, thank God. But like, yeah, when this launched, bad, awful. In a Monster Hunter game where everybody's using weapons that look the same? Terrible design choice. Awful. Yeah, you couldn't glamour them at launch, but apparently you can now, so... and I assume there's better weapons out now, but yeah. Yeah, they aren't even monster weapons. I don't know. I think Monster Hunter has always had a little bit of difficulty balancing its endgame stuff.
Peak design, gunmetal gray.
Oh, gunmetal green, you mean? And yes, they're always green. Ugh. Yeah. Anyway, it's my big complaints. Other than that, I thought it was okay. You know. Unfortunately, being okay or pretty good means that like all of my friends who play Monster Hunter are no longer playing Monster Hunter, so now I have nobody to play with. Shame. Wait a minute. Bun, you're staying away from Code Violet? What is that? Is that like Code Vein? Playing the demo made me want to play World again instead of wanting more wilds. Yeah. I think Monster Hunter's got some issues.
Lucky Bun Blob, Hoi Bun, Lucky Bun Blob.
Hoi! Adam, thank you for 43 months. Welcome back to the Court of Hearts, Your Majesty. Yeah, you know what I recommend is playing Wild Hearts, which is a Monster Hunter-like. It's pretty fun. Don't pay money for it. It's EA. It's an EA game. Don't give them money. Honestly, don't give Capcom money either. Okay, let's see. Don't give anyone bunny. Not even bun. Oh, but I need that though. No, but actually. Heckin'. Alright, so I played Death Stranding 2. I'm gonna put this on here. Did anybody else play this game? I feel like this game kinda came and went. And I don't think people have talked about it very much. It's not on PC. Yeah. Yeah. It's the Mpreg game, is it? Huh. Most people seem to be waiting for PC. Interesting. Okay. Huh.
Couldn't spoil the pup today, so I spoil the bun instead, Tilda.
Heckin', thank you. Oh my goodness. I'd like to play it, but I feel iffy getting games for $120 dues. Oh my goodness. Are you in Australia? Jeez. I think... Yeah? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought in Death Stranding you were a man who carries a baby in utero. Not in utero. No. Just in a jar. Gosh. Where do I put this fucking game? Music, please. There we go. Prosthetic uteruses are still uteruses. I mean, sure. Yes. Does have a crazy Yowie Easter egg. Boy, does it. One of the biggest plot twists is delivered via musical number. There's a sick-ass guitar battle. This game's got a robot samurai in it. Who might be a baby? Huh. Did Remedy make this? You know, I've always said that Sam Lake is like a Finnish Hideo Kojima, but this game made me think that Hideo Kojima might also be a Japanese Sam Lake. So, like, There's bits of this that feel a little too pandering to Metal Gear Solid. There's a couple of things in here where I'm like, I think this is in here because it was in Metal Gear Solid. Still want to see what Kojima does with the horror game, where he said he wanted to record a real ghost to use in it, but didn't want to haunt people. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to OD. I think what separates Kojima and Sam Lake is the foot fetish. Which one has the foot fetish? Wait a minute. What? Interesting. I think this does a lot of gameplay that's way better than the first game. And yet, I found myself frequently disappointed by it. I don't know how to explain this. Probably do the same with 2. Kojima gonna keep doing this until he gets back onto his feet. Keeps being uncontrollably weird. This game is weirder than Death Stranding 1, which is good, but it's still not as weird as it could be, which is a shame. They do things like the motorcycle that they have in this game is very good. It's quite good. But then when Fragile shows up, she shows up on an electric monowheel that looks fucking rad, and you never get to use it. You never get to ride one. I was like, okay, like, fine. Or like, you start out the beginning of this game wearing a cool trench coat, and then Sam changes into his like porter gear. And I was like, oh, are they going to bring that trench coat back? Are we going to have like that trench coat as a costume option? The answer is no. No, it never happens. I don't know. It was like little disappointments like that where I'm like, you could have done it though. You could have done that. You already had it in the game. You could have done it. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I have a lot of things to say about the specific plot twists in this game, like the identity of the robot samurai, I think is bad. I think there's a way cooler explanation they could have gone with, and they didn't, and it's a huge missed opportunity. There's a couple of plot points that they introduce way fucking late that could have been thrown in there earlier. You could have mentioned this before it was relevant. Weird. Just a bunch of stuff where I'm like, this is inelegant. I would rewrite this.
Time to bequeath some cursed knowledge upon all of you. As we all know, the meaning of life is 42, yes?
That's correct.
What are the only 2 single-digit numbers that when multiplied together make 42?
4 and 2. No, wait. Fuck. 6, 7? Oh, I'm told that's a funny number. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why is it? Think I liked it better than Monster Hunter. I think I liked it better than Atomfall. A little bit. Let me see. I think I'll go low A tier. It's still quite a great game. It's just got issues. Another one is also the balancing of it. Like in Death Stranding 1, you unlock stuff like zip lines way late in the game. and wind up working with other people online in order to make like logistics networks in order to send things around. And things speed up considerably then. And you unlock the zip lines way earlier in this game. And it trivializes a lot of travel. Which is kind of the point of the game. I do like that they've added trains. That's nice. And I do like that it's still one of the only sci-fi games I've played that takes place in a socialist universe. I like that it exists post-capital, in a socialist society, and I think that's cool. There's not a lot of games I play that are like that. It's good. I like a Death Stranding. I'm gonna skip these ones because I don't know what to do with these yet. Oh, so Sniper Elite Resistance came out this year. You ever played a Sniper Elite game? This is one of those. You can 360 a Nazi's balls off. That's true. You do kill so many Nazis, which is awesome. I love that. That said, this game carries the feeling of being a remaster of an Xbox 360 game. If that makes sense. It's a little bit like, you know when you play a new Yakuza game and you're like, man, they came up with this formula on the PlayStation 2 and they have not changed it since. It's like that. It's not a bad thing because the formula's good. But also, if you've played a Sniper Elite game, you've played all the Sniper Elite games. They're not gonna introduce something that's like, oh, you need to play this one. No. It is one of the Sniper Elite games, which isn't to say it's bad by any means. It's a pretty good time, and I'm gonna rate it pretty highly. I'm gonna put it like top of B tier because you do get to kill a ton of Nazis, which is awesome. I think we need that in the world right now. I think we need this kind of energy in 2026. So, yeah, I'm gonna put it top of B. That's what I'm gonna do. There's doodles. I see. Oh, okay. Yeah. No. All right, I get it. Poor Simon. Oh, we got, type help. That's good, I like it. I'm glad that you came up with a way to illustrate type help. Alright, I'm gonna put Skate Story on this list. I think this and Sword of the Sea are the best sports games that came out this year. This one's quite good. And I think I'm gonna put it in A tier, and I think I'm gonna put it quite high. I do recommend it. Yeah. Yeah. Let me pitch you on this real quick. Y'all ever played the game Skate from EA? Where it's a little bit, it's not quite like a Tony Hawk game. It's a little more of a sort of down-to-earth skate game. You do tricks using the shoulder buttons and the right control stick. And it's a little more grounded, like the new one or any. Oh, any, yeah. What if you wanted to make a skate game, except all of the writers and the artists and the programmers you had to work with are people who worked on like mouthwashing and Arctic eggs. This is what you'd come up with, I think. It's great. You play as a demon made of glass and pain who decides to devour the moons of hell. But one can't simply walk to the moon, hence the skateboard. So you go on an adventure to eat the 7 moons of hell, and inadvertently, possibly, wind up maybe waking up the eternal centipede that's going to devour all reality. Oops. Yeah, the music's excellent. The gameplay's great. The story is fucking weird. It's got a Banui in it. Which is, you know, a plus. Good stuff. Hell gets 7 moons and we only get 1. To be fair, their moons are way worse than ours.
Because it makes me think of some people showing up at an office park in Mesquite, Texas in the mid-90s and being locked in there together to make a video game like they used to do.
Yeah. Let me pull up one of the songs from this soundtrack. Because some of these are real fucking good and just bizarre. A lot of them are done by a band called Blood Cultures. Here they are. Let me try and find one of the ones I'm thinking of real quick. Oh, here we go. Alright, this one's good. Yeah, you'll like this. Alright. This is one of the boss themes that they use in there. This is a boss fight in a skating game?
Talking about that life beside with care. Talking about that life beside with care. Talking about that life beside with care. Talking about that life beside with care.
Okay, yeah. I got off my butt and bought this one. It's good. It's great. What a fun game. So yeah, a lot of the music kind of similar to that. Sort of a little bit droning, a little bit hypnotic, a little bit Euro. Super cool. Interesting. Yeah, the vibes are wild. The band is called Blood Cultures. And they did a lot of the non like ambient tracks for the game. Yeah, excellent job. Fantastic vibes. Not my kind of music. Not the sort of stuff that I usually listen to, but I liked it.
Droning, as a transitive verb, or an intransitive verb.
Very trans. No, as an adjective. Okay. More games. I played Borderlands 4. This is a weird one for me. I love Borderlands. It's one of my favorite series. Borderlands. I think it's great. And I think Borderlands 4 is one of the best of them. It's got a good story. It's got fun, clever writing. It's got excellent gameplay. I find it hard to be passionate about, though. I do think it's really good. It's got the ability to shut up Claptrap. You can do that, although Claptrap's dialogue is kind of funny. Like, it is kind of good in places. You can do that, though. Yeah. I think it's got a similar problem to Outer Worlds, where like the end game is kind of dull. It doesn't have a ton going on. And of course they're adding more like end game bosses and stuff, but that's going to be a process. And I'll come back to the game later, I think. I think that's what I'll do. Hello, Taro, how you doing? I didn't know how I was going to enjoy the they've got a licensing system in this game. So with each of the weapon developers, you can get licensed parts from other developers on them, right? So if you pick up like a Torg gun that's got a licensed Jacobs part, it might, on a critical, ricochet bullets to nearby enemies, right? And then one of your equipment mods is the ability to like sorry. Part of your equipment is the ability to get bonuses with certain manufacturers. So like any weapon that has a Jacobs part can, like, for instance, ricochet a second time, or ricochet 40% of the time on non-critical hits, or something like that, you know? System's great until you get something dogshit on your sniper rifle like the bandit mod. See, here's the thing. Is that there's two bandit. There's like Rippers and COV from Borderlands 3, right? And there are COV parts in this game. The Ripper parts are the ones that have to charge up before firing full auto. And those suck to get on a sniper rifle. However, the COV guns have an unlimited magazine that overheats when you use it too much. And those are actually okay on a sniper rifle. They're actually pretty good, because it doesn't make it full auto. It just makes it so that it overheats over time, instead of running out of ammo. And I don't mind that, actually. It's actually pretty good. But yeah, even some of the manufacturers that didn't show up in this game, like COV and heckin' Hyperion, still have licensed parts. So there are guns that work like, or have like Hyperion shields, or COV magazines, or things like that. And I think that's cool. I liked that. I appreciated that they did not try to do a Handsome Jack again. I think it's bad. I think Handsome Jack is the Silent Hill 2 of the Borderlands series, because I think, like, trying to just make a villain Handsome Jack again is bad. I think it's a bad idea. I think they should stop doing it. So I appreciate that Borderlands 4 introduces a villain that takes himself seriously and that everybody else takes seriously. And is just played relatively straight. He's a bad guy and a legitimate threat, and yeah, even when you find out he's a little bit sympathetic, it's still in a way where you're like, nah, I gotta kill this guy. Yeah. Handsome Jack was taken seriously in 2 and never again. Yeah. I think I would agree with that. Yeah. I don't think I have any bad things to say about Borderlands 4. I think it's great. I don't know if it's too high in A tier though. I think I liked it better than this. I've definitely played it more than Locomoto. I put more into it than Duck Detective or Skate Story. Do you think its iterative nature makes it less novel and as such less captivating? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. If this is your first Borderlands game, 10 out of 10, top of S rank. This is my sixth? No. 1, 2, 3. Pre-sequel, Wonderlands, Tales, New Tales, 8th Borderlands game. I'm gonna put it here for now, I think. No, I finished Borderlands 4. I didn't finish Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I'm pretty close to the end. I am gonna finish it, but I haven't yet. Yeah, I think Sword of the Sea is more worthwhile. It's pretty good though. Getting nothing but Jacob's assault rifles and breaking my mouse in the second game and never touching the series again. Gosh. I guess that'll happen. Interesting. Silent Hilf is a good game so far. I like it. I'm gonna put it like here for now. I might wind up liking it more as we get further into it. Here's a thought that I had about it though. Okay. Here's a thing about what this game is doing to my brain, and I don't know if I can communicate this if you haven't played this game. But if you have played this game, maybe you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. If I remember what happens in Dead Space, I'm thinking chapter 1 is everybody arrives on the ship and then they get separated from Hammond and what's her name, and there's like the quarantine lockdown, and then you have to get the trams running, and once you get the trams running then you can get to medical, and then you get you have to build the bomb to get through the rubble, and then etc., right? Like I remember it like it's a series of events that happen in an order. But when I think about like Resident Evil 1, I'm thinking about the Spencer Mansion. I'm remembering what all of the rooms are, and like I'm not necessarily thinking what order I did the shotgun puzzle and the giant snake fight, you know? I'm kind of thinking about the layout of the mansion and how to maneuver around it. One of these is temporal and one of these is geographic. And I feel like Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3. 4 less so. But 1, 2, and 3 for sure are much more geographic. Like I know the layout of the town of Silent Hill in each of those games. And I spend time thinking about where I'm going and how. I'm going, okay, this street's blocked off, so I need to make it down, you know, King Street, and then I need to go through, you know, whatever the street names are. And that's kind of how I'm navigating around town, right? And then when I'm in a building, I'm kind of searching all the rooms in order to fill out my map and discovering pieces of several different puzzles that are gonna come together at the end, right? I'm picking up things where I'm like, oh, I don't need this now, but I will need this in the future. And Silent Hill F, I don't feel like is doing that to my brain. And I think the reason is because it's so linear. Because like the town itself locks off it blocks off all the paths that you don't need to go down. And so you just kind of go to where the next event is, and then the next event, and then the next event. And if it needs to bring you into the dream sequence, it just does that. And then all the buildings you go into, every room is part of the puzzle. There's either a clue there or the puzzle, right? There's no superfluous or useless space, which makes it feel less like a place or a building. Like look at Brookhaven Hospital in Silent Hill 2. There's like 40 rooms in that place. And a lot of them are just empty or have like a monster in them or maybe a health drink. But there's like a lot of empty room that you don't need necessarily. And on one hand, yeah, that's a little bit of a waste of time for the player. But on the other hand, it makes it feel like a building and not like a video game level, you know? And I feel like F doesn't do that. Shrine where you got the arm was a good example of the first thing. And this thing is this thing feeling. I got the arm so I can open this door. I got the brand so I can open that door. Yeah, like, you don't need to go in this room yet. So you don't have the ability to go in this room yet. You know? They give you a map but it feels like it means next to nothing. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Because, like, there's only one path through the area, really. And, like, that is kind of true of Silent Hill, like the older ones, but, I don't know. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just a different thing. It's just different design sensibilities, because it's a modern game, so I feel like they want... There's less emphasis on making it feel like an environment, and more emphasis on telling the story. So it's a series of events that happen in a sequence, and you just walk between them, you know? Silent Hill F jumped to A tier after the arm thing. I did like the arm thing. I thought it was cool. Because the story is much more involved. It has to sequence events. Yeah, kinda. I mean, the other Silent Hill games are also a linear story. It's just... I think they kind of expect you to find where the next part of the story is and let you wander around on your way there. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a thing that it's doing to my brain. So, I don't know. Thank you for hearing me out. Yeah, here's the thing about the map, is that, like, they don't need street names. I don't know if I'd be able to find my way around in Silent Hill 1, 2, or 3 as easily. 3 is a lot more linear, to be fair. 3 is a lot more linear. 1 and 2 are much more open. But, like, I feel like I would have a harder time finding my way around if I didn't have the street names in those games. Whereas in, like, F, they don't need it. They don't put them on the map because you don't need them. If that makes sense. Makes me think of Blooper Silent Hill 2. It's more linear level design. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Silent Hill 2 Remake also has a bit of that problem. Where, like, okay. In the, Lakeside Lakeview Apartments? I think that's the one in 2. You can be working on 2 or 3 different puzzles at the same time. Like, you can have in your inventory one of the 3 coins you're gonna need for later, the juice to put in the trash chute, you know, one of the hands of the clock for the clock puzzle. You know, all of these are involved in the same thing. You're gonna need to solve all of these in order to, you know, you're gonna need to solve the clock puzzle to get to the next part of the apartment. You're gonna need to solve the trash chute so that you can get one of the other keys or one of the other coins, and then you're gonna need all 3 of the coins in order to solve the puzzle in the next apartment building. Like, all of these are going to be necessary at some point, but you can kind of find them in whatever order you want, because you're always kind of juggling a couple different puzzles at once. And Remake and Silent Hill F both feel like you have one puzzle to complete before you get to the next area, and an environment that you wander around finding parts of that one puzzle. And sometimes the parts of that can involve other things, but it feels like less so. I don't know. Where do I put Be Our Guest Grand Opening? I really liked this game. I thought it was really good. I want to put it in S tier. Yeah. Okay. Be Our Guest Grand Opening is a short little free game that you can go play on itch.io. It's got a cast of characters that I fucking love. Chai did all of the art in the game, and I don't know how they did that amount of work. It's unbelievable. They made, like, there's like 8 different characters in the game. And No. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. And they're all super unique. They all have cute little details. Like Breve, who works the cafe, his tail is shaped like one of those latte pours, where it's like a leaf. It's so good.
Vin is a really cool character and personally I would take it and message deleted by mods.
Yeah. They have a really diverse range of body types, presentations, pronouns, and I like them a lot. I frequently think about these characters and how they interact. And I think that's awesome. There's some great music in it. It's got like 8 different endings. I think you can get your money's worth out of it. Even if it's a pretty short game, like you could see everything in it in like 3 hours. But you know, you can get your money's worth. 'Cause it's free. Also, part 2 is probably is being worked on right now by Chai. Also, the voice cast is great. It's got Chai in it. It's got Carl. It's got Filthy, Stripey Dragon. Heckin' Duper's in there. Weird Romance. Everybody's fucking awesome. They're great. Also, I'm biased because I'm one of the voices too. But I think it would probably be pretty high regardless. For you, it was free. For me, it was $20. It's pay what you want. All right, now we gotta talk about 999 and Virtue's Last Reward. I think... I don't know if 999 deserves to go in S rank. I don't know if it's that good of a game. But I enjoyed it an S rank amount. I think I got an S rank's worth of just pure joy out of this complete nonsense. After you got the opening out of the way? It did take a little bit to get going, yeah. Okay. I think... as a story, Virtue's Last Reward is weaker than 999. I think the introduction of an infinite number of timelines confuses the story a bit, in that, like, even if we go back and start changing the timelines in order to wind up with a better future, there's also an infinite number of timelines where we don't. So, like, I think there's an existential problem in the main conflict of VLR, if that makes sense. And honestly, I think they could have done the same story without the infinite universes thing. I don't think they needed that. I think they could have just said there's one timeline. It works like this. We're gonna change it. Yeah. But to its credit, it's got a moon base in it. and so I think I gotta put it pretty high. I mean, I love a moon base. You know what could have benefited Be Our Guest grand opening is having a moon base. I gotta tell Chai that they gotta add a moon base to the next one. And also, of course, it's got a Banui in it. And I love him. And he's literally me. And it's great. I feel like he went a little bit unresolved, though. I think he should have shown up towards the ending. Goal 999 is to preserve a series of events. VLR's goal is to change a past that's already occurred. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that we could have gotten more of a resolution with Zero Jr. But they decided not to. I think that's fine. The ending of the game was busy enough already. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of these games only work if there's a prime timeline or whatever. That's what I think so too, yeah. What's Zero Jr. to say? Congrats, you fulfilled the goal. I mean, kinda. But like, I don't know. What if there was like a climactic confrontation between Luna and Zero Jr.? You know, like what if we got to see like Luna have to speak up for herself against Zero Jr. as like a conflict. I don't know. I'm just off the top of my head. There's probably reasons why that wouldn't work, but yeah, I don't know. He just kind of disappears, and I think that's a shame. Luna's major foe seems to be June. Yeah, certainly. Yeah. I played an ancient game as a kid with a moon base that had beef stroganoff in a tube. Interesting. What was I talking about? Maybe one of the Space Quest games? Question mark? Anyway. I think I'm okay with this list. I might move some of these around. But I think this is mostly right. Liz really did keep the moonbase bit under wraps. Liz is such a trooper. Oh my goodness. Liz was the hero of the 999 and VLR playthroughs. And I would appreciate if all of you thanked her for that. Because she didn't tell me anything.
The games on this list are just like me. None of them are getting the D-Lucky Bun pun lines, hey.
The only time... Why am I not getting credit? Y'all were perfect too. I really appreciate all of y'all. I assume keeping the spoilers in the spoiler chat on Discord instead of in this chat. I really appreciate it because it was so much fun. Just being totally oblivious. Liz did backseat routing. She didn't tell me why though, which is perfect. That's what I needed. That's great. Time to check spoiler chat and just see everyone going, ah. I might skim it, but the problem is, I think there's still Deltarune spoilers, and I'm worried that people might have also talked about Zero Time Dilemma, so I might wait until after that one before I look at the spoiler chat. But I don't know what's in there, so I can't be sure. Tried to get ZTD stuff in spoilers. Oh, okay, like spoiler... like blacked out, like spoiled. Okay. Well, okay, good. Okay, spoiler tags. All right. Okay. Well, maybe I'll give it a look. I don't know. I don't think so though. I'll check it later though. Yeah, I think the only time I got a hint from Liz was her reaction when I called June 0 right at the beginning of 999. She was just like, what? Why did you say that? And she's like, you're accusing the nicest person here. And I think that made me a little suspicious. But then she did the same thing with Luna, and so I don't know. Then I was like, I don't know what to believe. But yeah, that was great. I had so much fun playing these fucking games. Luna was complicit. She wasn't 0, but yeah. Anyway. Hey. What if we talked about some other games I played this year? Hey. This is why we're all here, right? I think this is what we all have been waiting for. You know what? I think I need to use the washroom, and I need to grab some water real quick. Would y'all mind waiting just a minute? And I'll be right back. Hello. Good evening. Yeah. Hey. We played some rabbit hole games this year. I think we did a good amount of them too. I'm surprised we didn't have any D tier games. I think the stuff I played this year was pretty alright. Oh yeah, I didn't get the cover for this one because the char was funnier. I could have grabbed the cover of this game, but nah. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant char. From the Duchy of Jean. Alright. First up. AD 2044. Y'all remember this one? I tried to grab all the games I remembered. Let me see if I'm missing any. This is the game where, in the far-off future year of 2044, a war broke out between men and women. And women bombed men and nuked them off the face of the earth. And you play as a man that they dug up from cryogenic stasis. Yeah, fucking fembots and shit. Sigma really botched it that bad. Kinda, yeah. This game sucked. I think I'm gonna put it in D. It was still pretty funny, but boy was it bad. Yeah, we scared a fembot out of her office with a mouse. This game is really bad. The puzzles are awful. The pixel hunt is garbage. The environments look like shit. The plot is so bad. Apparently it's based on a movie? Which is like a Polish comedy? I've never seen it. I don't know. I wonder if it's any good. I'm gonna have to watch that and Torrente. And then I'll have a better grasp on my rabbit hole games. Gooder? Oh my god. Playing these is breaking my brain. The only reason I could accept this not being an F is because they didn't put lots of overt racism in it. Yeah! Spoilers. Whew. It was also just really funny. Like, I really liked the intro. Because it's so audaciously dumb. Okay. Char. So. This is... Nobody cares about AD 2044 spoilers? Oh, no, I mean spoilers for a later game that we're going to rate. So I played Mobile Suit Gundam 0079? The Earth Defense Force? Is that what it is? Alright, I'm putting this in A. Don't we usually use a different scale for these things? The War for Earth. Correct. Okay. Mobile Soup. Goddamn. I feel like we have a different scale that we use for these. Hang on a sec. Right. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. I'm gonna rename my categories. All right. I'm redoing my shit. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. All right. Luna, oh my god. All right, so we're bumping you up a category. These are not in a linear order necessarily, because I think that like Not Bad and Trashterpiece are kind of interchangeable. Like some of these are better or worse than others. They're just better and worse in different ways. Yeah, you break into a military site and they're like, I guess you'll do. Get in the robot. Okay. Gundam 79, The War for Earth, has an unfinished plot. It just sort of stops at a certain point, which is not the end of Gundam. It's really abrupt and weird. Its gameplay is awful. Was there supposed to be more? I mean, maybe? I just don't know. Maybe that's where the anime was up to. Maybe it ended with season 1? I don't know. I've never watched Mobile Suit Gundam. So... Also, it's by the Journeyman devs? It is, yes. Yeah, it was by the devs of the Journeyman project and Myst 3. So the gameplay is Dragon's Lair. It's just a series of quick time events that game over you if you get the wrong input. And that's awful. That sucks. However, you're rewarded for success and failure with some amazing FMV. They dressed some people up in show-accurate costumes and had them do the most cheesy acting. They 3D animated a bunch of Gundams. It looks and sounds great. I love it. I would not recommend playing it, but it's worth watching. like a long play or something. Oh, it's so good. Oh. Great game. Absolute trashterpiece. Deserved. I think the next one we played was Naka, the biblical alternative to Myst. This was North America's introduction to Gundam. It was, yeah. Wild. Live action Char was the first American one. This is going to go in boring. The biblical alternative to Myst is not very interesting, sadly. The biblical alternative to Myst. That's how it advertised itself, yeah. It's a series of 3D environments you click through and solve some puzzles in, and all of the puzzles are related to Bible quotes. And the worst part of it is a quiz where you're on a timer and you have to click on the names of all of the books of the Bible in order. That's the worst. The development of it was wild. It was, yeah. It was made by one guy in a cave with an Apple II and a generator. Juniper Theory speedran it? Oh my goodness. I gotta watch that. What? Okay, he wasn't literally in a cave, but it was made by a guy who was living in a shack, like off the grid. And he's talking about how he was like fueling his generator out there in order to power his computer to render out the scenes. Yeah, totally not a cult compound. It wasn't an Apple II. It was, it was something else. But it was made on close to consumer grade products, and it's wild. I found the Kojima Mpreg thing. What is the Kojima Mpreg thing? Oh. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Sure. Okay. Reminds me of the novel I wrote in my college year, in the Neo Future, where only the female got extinct by a plague. In order to stabilize the society, the government distributed female cyborgs. For gender equality, they invented artificial wombs that enable men to give birth. Stories about young male students who are trapped in the lab experimentation. Okay, all right. Huh. Fascinating. Kojima's a fella. I don't know what to say about him. But anyway, yeah, Naka wound up being a cool story behind the development of it, but kind of a boring game. Trapped in the Mpreg factory. Yeah. Yeah, Grizzly. Yeah. It's a shame the Bible games are not good. Yeah. Huh. So anyway, I played Isles of Derek, the sequel to Naka, the biblical alternative to Myst. And this one, I think this one's redeemable. I think this one could be a good game. It's not bad. They added some FMV to it. There's people in costumes. There's some cheesy acting. The guy who programmed the game also did all the music. And it's alright. It's okay. It's an improvement over Naka. It's still not good. And it ends with the same puzzle from the first game, where you have to click on all the books of the Bible on a time limit, except you have to click on them in reverse order. Fuck. Awful. Ugh. Talk about a bookend? I know, right? Did the developer get funding to move out of the survival of living quarters? I don't think so. It doesn't seem like it. I don't know. Okay. We're putting Lucius 3 in the fucking Shadow Realm. This game's bad. I think Lucius 2 is worse gameplay wise. But Lucius 3 feels unfinished, confusing, stupid, and then they jump scared me with a clan lynching out of nowhere. And it took all the fun out of it. It was a funny, stupid game. It would have been in Trashterpiece. And yeah. They really run for it? Oh boy, did they. So now it goes in the Shadow Realm. Fuck it. Ugh. Like going into the fear of a black judge from the 60s would probably have been racism. I should have known. Why was it only that character where Lucius was like, oh, I'm gonna manifest as his greatest fear? It was only that one guy. The other guy just got his head exploded. It could have just been his head exploded. Fucking... Clam lynch? Oh god. Those poor oysters. Yeah, they were trying to be spicy with the different kills. They got too spicy. Too much. Incorrect. And that's not even talking about the guy in the motel. Yeah, Lucius 3 can live in the Shadow Realm now. I think Tex Murphy Overseer... I'm conflicted. Because I do think it's not bad. But I also think it's the most boring Tex Murphy game I've played. Like, it wasn't dull, but it compared to the other Tex Murphy games, it was... I think I'm gonna leave it in not bad, because I think it's alright. think it's an okay game. Pandora Directive is sort of where the series peaks. Yeah, I really liked Killing Moon and Pandora Directive. Game Protection boring, he's already been through enough. Yeah, well. Hey Grave, how you doing? Didn't scratch that Tex Murphy itch? Not exactly, yeah. I do have Tesla Effect to play, so maybe that'll be better. I'm gonna skip Synergist for now because I haven't finished it yet. When are you going to get to Tesla Effect? I'm not sure. I'm saving it for when I'm in the mood. Like, I want to go in when I'm like, oh man, I'm really jonesing for some Tex Murphy. You know? That's what I'm waiting for. Inspiration will strike, I'm sure. But I can't force it. Time-lapse is a game that I remember very fondly from my youth. I remember it having some fun FMV. I remember enjoying the puzzles. I liked the time travel plot. Playing it in the year 2025, I think it was kind of boring. It was fine. It was not as boring as Naka, but it was kind of dull. I don't know if I could wind up finishing it. I do know that there's a CGI alien later in the game. I never managed to finish it when I was little. But I remember getting attacked by a weird alien. Are we gonna put Toonstruck? It's too good for Trashterpies? Yeah, it's gotta go at the top of not bad. Like, it isn't bad. It's good. I might... Do I want another category? I'm gonna leave it there for now. And I'm gonna see if I need another category. Move it out of this tier list to the other one. That's very meta. Yeah. Can be Tuesday Game of the Year. It was the Tuesday Game of the Year. It was the best Tuesday game I played all year. And that's saying a lot, because I really enjoyed that Gundam game. It was really good and hit all your kinks. Okay, so you know what? Maybe it did. Alright, okay, you know what? Toonstruck is gonna get Game of the Year when it comes out. It needs to. Yeah. Heck. Alright, the Journeyman Project 3 Legacy of Time is also not bad. I think it's better than Overseer. It's a pretty good game. The puzzles are understandable. I like the conversations you have with people. The time travel's cool. All the environments are gorgeous and well researched. The acting is pretty good. All in all, it's not a bad game. Hey Fearless, how you doing? Only thing missing was Christopher Lloyd getting impregnated in a maid costume. I see. Yeah, that would have probably improved the game. Maybe it'll happen in the next one. Okay. Omicron the Nomad Soul is one of the worst games I've ever played. It's so bad. Is it one of the worst David Cage games you've played? No. No, I think Heavy Rain's worse. But it's really bad. Counterpoint, you do cuck a cop? I mean... You know what? That is true. Oh my god. Oh no. I don't think Omicron was the cause for Super Best Friends play breaking up, but it definitely broke them. Yeah, it is... Okay. Super Best Friends clearly had some stuff going on behind the scenes that had been building up for a while. Omicron was obviously not, like, the climax of that kind of confrontation. It was clearly some other stuff was going on that we're not privy to. However, from the outside looking in, it's very funny that it was like one of the last ones that they managed to do together, because as an audience, it seems like it's the game that caused them to break up. So it is funnier to think that, yeah. So that's what I'm going with. Oh no, they're gonna get type helped. This is very good. I like misfortune. Oh my god. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. We're gonna put it in the cage. The David Cage. And I do think it goes below Dumpster Fire. Still better than the Shadow Realm. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Alright. I can't believe you got fucking Bowie to do music. I know, right? Two-stroke is in not bad. I don't want to add too many categories. Then these are all so spread out. Every game needs its own tier. Okay, there, it's in S tier, alright? We done it. I put it in S tier. Oh my goodness. Okay, where does Fork in the Tail go, though? Because it is a dumpster fire, but I think it also belongs in the Shadow Realm. Trashterpiece? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Trashterpiece has to be like, oh my god, this is a classic because it's good in one regard or another. Like, the FMV cutscenes from this are so funny that, like, it's worth it. It's specifically, let me see, which folder did I put this in? I know I saved this as a thing. I'm gonna find it.
If you cut out the audio of that one comedian guy, not bad game. With it, Shadow Realm.
That's what I'm thinking. Here it is. I found it. I just... he just punches the head completely off. Without the strength of the Mobile Suit Gundam, Earth is doomed. It's so funny. It's like Char in a Gundam live-action FMV game. Boy, is it! From 1994? 3? God, it's an old one. It's not 4, is it? Did this come out the same year as Super Metroid? No. 97? Oh, that's so late. Okay. Well, never mind then. Forked in the Tail was the Rob Schneider game. It was, and I think it needs to go in the Shadow Realm. I hate Rob Schneider. I hated his commentary. I hated the gameplay. This game was a confusing fever dream. It was like a point-and-click adventure game, except if you don't point and click, within 3 seconds of a scene, it jarringly moves you to the new scene. It was frustrating and upsetting and awful. Yeah, and then you have to chase some fish. It was less racist. So I want to say that, but Rob Schneider is way more racist than anything in Lucius's. Like, as a person. So, like, I don't know. Like, it didn't come out in the game.
It looks like something you'd use to induce a nervous breakdown in a participant in a psychology experiment.
Absolutely. Yeah. It gave me anxiety. Yeah. What an awful game. Maybe one of the worst I've played. I think it's worse than Omicron. Yeah. Terrible. Just terrible. This game should be forgotten by everyone for all time. And I think it has been. Way to go, humanity. Yeah. Cool. It cost $3 million to develop and sold over under 1,000 copies. Good. Yeah. Way to go. And Synergist, I have been playing through, and I think I've got a good enough grasp to put it on this list. It is not, I am not finished with it, but I do think it goes in high redeemable. I don't think it's particularly great. I don't think that, I think the puzzles have some issues. I think the acting's pretty bad. I think the story's a little underbaked. But there's a lot of potential. That studio, Vicarious Visions, they're going places, you know? I think their next game's gonna be awesome. Whenever they make a new one, I think that's gonna be great. Those up and comers, they're going places. What? But is this the jank list? This is the games that I have played on Tuesday. Fork in the Tail is the type help of games where remembering it is bad. I do experience physical pain every time I remember playing it, so I think that's true. Okay. I'm very comfortable with how this one turned out. This list, I think I could move stuff around and come up with something I'm more comfortable with. But this one, I think we nailed it. Yeah. Yeah. Man. Toonstruck was so good. Fork in the Tail was so bad. Love the David Cage. That's the cage. That's where we imprison Omicron. Any thoughts for what's going to be on Tuesdays this year? That's a good question. I want to play Tex Murphy, The Tesla Effect. I want to play the new Tex Murphy game. Yeah, true, Grizzly. At least when he dropped the R slur, everybody stopped the scene and went, "Hey, dude, that's kind of fucked up." Like, Chris Lloyd apologized for him, so I mean, small miracles, I guess. Luna. Oh my goodness. 2009's Nikopol as a Tuesday game. Interesting. Tell me about it. I think another game that I would like to try on a Tuesday is Rad for the PS2. I know that one got a bit more attention recently because some of the people have been memeing some of the cutscenes. And that one has been on my list for a while as one that I want to play. So I do want to try that one at some point. We're repopulating Robo Heaven. Play the Dig again. That game's great. I dig that game. It's pretty good. But yeah, Rad's on my list. I want to play that for sure. Heck. I think I might want to do Split Fiction, which is a spy thriller made by Swery 65. Oh, not that one? Okay. This is bad? I don't know anything about it. another split fiction. Interesting. Okay. I meant, no, it's not split fiction. Spy fiction? PS2? Yeah, that's it. Okay. I'm stupid. Yeah, this game? This game. Okay. Director of Deadly Premonition? PS2 spy thriller? Question mark? I guess? Want to play this. I think I should also do Galarians. And if I enjoy it, maybe I'll do Galarian's Ash, the second one. I have played Michigan Report from Hell. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah, I have watched Retsupre play Galarians before, but I can never internalize what's happening in the game because it's one of those videos that I put on to fall asleep to, so I still have no idea what it's about. What a movie. It's kind of like Parasite Eve. It seems like it, yeah. I kind of want to play Alpha Protocol. I'm not sure I actually want to play Alpha Protocol. Alpha Protocol is one of those games, anytime somebody's like, oh, what game would you like to see a remake of? Every time my answer is Alpha Protocol. I need that game remade with like better controls. Like, you can keep the plot the same, you can keep all the voice acting and everything, just modern action game controls. Please. Yeah, and you can balance out like the weapons and builds and stuff. But like, yeah, just better gameplay in Alpha Protocol. Please. They might make it worse the second time around. I mean, I guess that's always a possibility. Goodness. Sorry about that. Ugh. What other games do I want to play this year? Let me see. I think I've got a folder where I keep some of my games I want to play. Yep. Sure. Oh, did anybody ever port Silent Hill Mobile 2? Or Silent Hill Orphan? I should play one of those. To fix the stealth, make the gunplay better, and then it's perfect. Yeah, and rebalance some of the stats, but yeah. There's that folder. Okay. I think I've got some more PS2 games that I want to play. Oh, The Bouncer. God Hand. Second Sight. I want to play Kuon. How do you feel about Kodelka? I streamed the first one, and I liked it a lot. Although, I think I got the bad ending, but I'm also told that one's canon, so... I guess that's fine. I should play... What's the second game? Shadow Hearts? I'll bump that one up on the list. That's how it progresses, yeah? Okay. Yeah, I think those are some games that I want to play this year. Pathologic 3, let's just jump into the third game, fuck it. I still cannot bring myself to finish a Pathologic. You know what it is? Pathologic, it's the same reason that I can't finish heckin' Seance of Blake Manor. It's the FOMO that I'm getting from time management. I'm constantly thinking like, oh, I'm wasting time.
Tuesday.
And it stresses me out and it gives me anxiety and then I can't play it. Pathologic 3 is a game about time and redoing days to get different results. Interesting. Huh. So it's a zero escape game is what you're telling me. Hang on a sec. Is Pathologic 3 a zero escape game? Tried the Mr. Rabbit Magic Show? I have not. Interesting. Okay. Yes, The Bachelor has a 16-inch way. You know what? Fi in Virtue's Last Reward did just spout random Latin phrases at us in order to make us feel stupid. So maybe we're onto something here. Where would you rank Twin Peaks if it was a video game? I have great news for you. I have such good news for you. There's a Twin Peaks PS1 fan game that came out in 2023. I would like to play it. I'll put this one on the list. Listening to, I think, the only English dub of City Hunter movie, and I just heard someone say, "You land a helicopter like my sister." What? What? Didn't you already play that other Twin Peaks fan game? Do you mean Deadly Premonition? That one I did, yeah. Ooh. No, the other one, Alan Wake. True. Haunted PSX does some great work. That's good stuff, yeah. Interesting. Anyway, so those are some of the ideas I have for Tuesday games for this next year, for 2026. If you have suggestions, and some of y'all do, I do want to take them, but I also have ADHD, which means that anything that happens during this stream will exit my brain the moment I click end stream. So, please hop on the Discord and go to the stream suggestions channel and just post it in there. Maybe with a picture. I like pictures. Those are cool. They get my attention. Yeah. Thank you. Please and thank you. I appreciate it. I would suggest Matt Hazard, but I'm pretty sure you've played Matt Hazard on stream. I am the world's only Matt Hazard fan. I have played all of them. I played Sokum. I played Matt in Hazardland, and I even played Hazmat Carts. I have played Bloodbath and Beyond. They're all great. Eat Lead is okay, but kind of the low point of the whole franchise. Good stuff. Yeah. That game is so stupid. Sigma make Luna a poor mom for K so June can walk in and take that position. Huh. Like I programmed her wrong on purpose as a joke. I have played a little of Deadhead Fred, yeah. That's a good one. That was a PSP game. I think, okay, if we were doing Twin Peaks and Virtue's Last Reward crossover, I think I would want Sigma to be played by David Lynch. Like, I think I would want him to be Gordon. Fi, today your countenance puts me in mind of a small Mexican chihuahua. Chihuahua. And I think that's great.